So this is the first look of the Taylor Swift new video, Look What You Made Me Do, that I attempted. I don't know if it's any good, but if you guys like it and want to see how I did this, then please keep watching. We are going to do this look from Taylor Swift's video, and I'm going to do this specific look because number one, it seems like the simplest. I've seen the video so many times, both for entertainment and for research purposes for these looks. I am going to try to do every single look on the video, but it might take me a while because I'm going to try to work with what I already have. Yeah, obviously it's going to be a little different because she's blonde and has blue eyes, but I'm still going to work with it as close as I can get to her look. So right now we're going to do the makeup tutorial. I'm going to try at least to do where she's on top of all the Taylors with the big T out behind her, which is like my favorite scene in the whole video. I didn't film my reaction, number one, because I was too impatient to set up the stuff and to watch it on camera. I was too impatient. I wanted to see the video, so I clicked on it. I didn't even think twice, and when I saw it the very first time, I saw it once full from the beginning to end without stopping. I was by myself, and when it ended, I was a mess. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Like, I immediately FaceTimed my cousin, and we were both like freaking out, and the first thing I said was, "Did you see it?" And she's like, "Yes." And we just like, I was a mess. Like, it was like, just listen, I've been here for Taylor since our song. I was 21 when I first saw her, and now I'm 31. That's 10 years of me loving her. Okay, so I don't want to hear any hate about it. Like, if you don't like her, you don't like her, but don't talk shit about her, you know? At least not around me. Or at all, really. Like, forget a hobby. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into this video. If I'm a little rusty, I apologize. I haven't filmed in months because I've been moving. Like, I moved twice in the matter of like 4 months. So she, it looks like her face is pretty matte, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. And like I said, we're a different skin tone color, so it's gonna look a little differently, but I'm gonna try to do my best to get it as close as possible. So I already put, I already did like the toner and stuff like that, and then I put this, this is supposed to be for nighttime, but I use it all the time. I mean, look at how empty this bottle is, if you can see. Like, I use it all the time because it's so good. I love this stuff for my skin. I have this pigmentation right here, and it's been helping a lot. Not to mention my under eyes. Like, they're almost completely gone. I almost look human without makeup. I'm looking for my primer. I really should have everything ready, but, you know, procrastinator. So we're gonna put as much moisture on our face as on my face as we possibly can. Primer. But right now we're gonna go in with this Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel before the primer, and because I have really dry skin, and I'm gonna use just that much, and I'm just gonna put it all over the areas where I know that I have the driest skin at. Okay, so we're all moisturized, and this is like on top of, like, you know, the oil and all that stuff, because like I said, yeah, it's dry, man, it's dry. I'm gonna go in with this Dermalogica. I'm probably saying that very wrong. It's this one. It's the Skin Perfect Primer, and it has 30 SPF. So yeah. Oh yeah. So with this one, I am gonna go in with a brush. So here I'm using one of the BS small brushes, and I'll go ahead and put the link for those down below. I got those on Amazon for super cheap, and they work really well. And I'm just going to work this primer into the skin. You always want to make sure that you use some sort of moisturizer under the skin. I obviously use the Clinique one, and then before the Clinique I used an oil. But yeah, so my skin is finally the texture that I like it to be. So now we're gonna get to the fun stuff. So for my eyebrows, I'm going in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Chocolate, and I'm combing them up and filling them in. I always like to start from the back and work my way forward. You want to make sure that you hold your pencil from the back end of it and use extremely light pressure while you work in the color. And don't forget to switch off and on to brush up and work in the product into your eyebrows. So for the front of my eyebrows, I always like to do vertical lines starting from the bottom and just flicking up, and I do that all throughout the front of the eyebrow on both sides, filling in the bald spots as I go and filling them in with really light pressure, and again exchanging with the dual brush ends and brushing in the product into my eyebrow. On the other side, I'm using the same technique, except I'm starting from the middle and I'm working the lines up just like I did the last time, but I'm starting up from higher up, not the base of the eyebrow, just to fill in the bald spots at the top. And I'm going back in and filling in the rest with extremely light pressure and working my way throughout the eyebrow and the other side as well. So for foundation, I'm using the Rimmel London Stay Matte Foundation in the color Soft Beige. And in this particular look in the video, Taylor's face is really light and matte, so this foundation will give us that look. I'm using this angled brush, and again, this is also a BS Small brush that I'll put the link down below for. So because I'm doing this look that's a lot lighter than I am, I'm actually going to start with my neck, and I'm grabbing product that's on my face and working it into the neck from one ear to the other to making sure that my face matches my neck. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this foundation on my eyelids. Just be careful not to mess up your eyebrows, and make sure you push it into your skin and not smear it just around your skin, especially if you're skin is a lot darker than Taylor's like I am, make sure you get it on your eyelids as well. So this foundation isn't exactly my favorite. As you can see, I've been working it into my skin for over 20 minutes, and you can still see my under eyes, and you can still see the dark pigmentation around my mouth, and you can even still see some of the red around my nose. So this isn't exactly the makeup that I would recommend if you're trying to get full coverage. This is more for if you're looking for something matte and not as full coverage as some other foundations out in the market right now. So here I'm going to go in with the Beauty Blender just to smooth out the lines before I go in with the Garnier Dark Circle Roller Concealer. And I'm going to work that in with one of the flat, round BS small brushes and my finger. And again, I'm just using the Beauty Blender first to kind of smooth out the foundation so that there's no lines for the concealer to go into. Since we're going for a much lighter look than I am, I'm actually going to go in again with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Natural, and I'm going to work this under my eye, but I'm actually not going to work it in all the way, and I'm going to let it sit for a minute, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm also going to put some of the same concealer without grabbing any more product on the bridge of my nose and all over my upper lip because those are really dark areas for me. So I have a lot of dark pigmentation around my mouth, and I'm going to go in with the LA Pro Concealer in the color Orange Corrector, and I'm just putting this around my mouth where I have the darkest areas in dyspigmentation. So I don't usually do a liquid contour, but for today's look, I'm going to go in with, again, the LA Girl Pro Concealer, but in the color Toast. And I'm not going to put any extra product on the tip. I'm using what's already there, and I'm just putting this down the edges of my nose and at the tip of my nose. And then I'm going to go back with the neutral one and put it on the brow bone, the bridge of my nose, and a little bit on my forehead as well. I'm also going to go ahead and spread it all over my eyelids and work it in with my finger on both sides. I'm also going to work in the contour and the concealer on my forehead in with my fingers. I don't usually like to use brushes. I feel like my fingers work so much better. But with the contour, you still want it to be visible. You just want it to look a little natural. So we're just going to work it in to take off the hard lines. But you still want the contour to be present. So because I want to get my face as flat as I possibly can, I'm going to go in with the second foundation, and this is the Bare Minerals Original Powder Foundation in the color Medium Beige, and I'm using the Full Flawless Face Brush by Bare Minerals. And I'm going to work this in starting with my chin. I'm going to work my way up in the product, so I'm going to start with a light amount, tap off the excess, and work it into my skin little by little, and making sure that I don't go too light. I want to get as light as I possibly can, but we still want it to look as natural as possible. And the concealer that we let set with the color correcting from LA Girl will work itself in with this foundation. So because this is a powder foundation, it does change consistency on your skin. It almost melts on your skin and it becomes creamy as you go along. That's why you should work it up into the coverage that you want. I'm putting this on top of all the products that I've already used, so I'm not going to go too crazy with adding too much of it. But if you use this as your one and only foundation, I highly recommend it for people with oily skin. I myself have dry skin, so I don't have the luxury of using this product whenever I want, but Bare Minerals is still one of my favorite products. I've used it since high school, and it's still today one of my favorites go-to products. So now I'm going in with the Bare Minerals Warmth, and I'm going to actually put the bronzer a lot higher than I usually put it. I usually put it next to my ear, but right now I'm going to start off from the top of my temples and work my way down to the side and down my cheekbones. And for this look, I'm using the MAC brush in 183. So the way that I'm working this in is I'm working it into the temples and my cheekbones. This is very different from how I usually do my bronzer. It's almost like we're making two C's next to your face with bronzer. That's the easiest way that I can explain it, what I'm trying to do copying this picture. I keep going back to the picture, that's why I keep looking down. And I'm trying to make the bronzer stand out more. It's a little harder because I'm darker than she is, so I'm trying to work that in, but also make it stand out. Taking that same MAC 183 brush and some more of the Bare Minerals Warmth, I'm going to go over my jawline and over the contour on my nose. And then I'm going to go in with this BS small brush, and I'm going to go back to that warmth and put it all over my eyelid. I'm not going to use a particular pattern because I plan to mix this into my eyelid along with some powder and probably some more product. On the picture, it doesn't look like Taylor's wearing any eyeshadow, but she does have a little bit of dimension in her eyelid. So I'm just going to go in with this warmth and try to emulate whatever the makeup artist did on Taylor. I'm going to take that same MAC 183 brush and I'm just going to take out the harsh lines on the lids without adding any more product. And then I'm going to take this dome brush from that same BS small line, and I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte pressed powder in the color Sandstorm, and I'm going to put it all over the bottom of my eyes, my brow bone, the bridge of my nose, my forehead. And I'm also going to take some more product right on the tip and work in the shadow as well, so that it can mix in and look a little bit more natural, like the way Taylor's does in this particular scene in the video. I'm also going to go back and work this product all over my cheeks because she's not wearing any blush in this scene. And I'm also going to line the bronzer from the bottom of my ears down my chin to make it stand out a little bit more on the cheekbones. For mascara, I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Mascara, and I'm going to work it from the bottom of my lashes and wiggle it back and forth all the way up. I'm not going to wear fake eyelashes because in this scene her eyelashes look extremely long and extended like a daddy long leg spider, and I love that about this scene. So I'm going to try to do the same. So I'm just going to pack this mascara on and try to copy the same look without wearing fake eyelashes. I'm also applying the same mascara to my bottom lashes, and since I already know that I'm not going to wear eyeliner, when I put it all over my lashes, I go from the front and the back and I roll the brush around and I try to get as many coats on as many of the lashes as I can and get them spread out so that they can look extended like Taylor's do in this scene. If you get mascara anywhere other than your eyelashes, the best thing to do is to let it dry and then go back with a Q-tip and wipe it off. It comes off so easily. So this mascara is pretty much empty, but I'm just using it for the brush itself. And I'm going to go back and try to declump some of these lashes and make them look a little bit more extended so that we can try to imitate the look a little bit better. So my sister was the one that told me about this trick, and I'm going in with the Moist Towelette and wiping off all the product off my lips. And then I'm going to go in with the Baby Lips from Maybelline. And then I'm going to go back with the Nude Sticks Intense Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil in the color Royal. So here I'm going to go back with the Q-tip and clean up the lipstick. And then I'm going to go back with the Full Flawless Face Brush from Bare Minerals without adding any more product and just cleaning up the chin. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like it. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe. Right now I'm in a contest with my cousin to see who gives 50 subscribers first. And if you want to see more looks from the video or any other looks, then please let me know down in the comments or tweet at me. I said that wrong. Or tweet at me. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, D_goddess. And thank you guys so much for watching.